Voter fraud warning. Voter fraud alert. We need an alert in the screen. Drew, throw in like a big... I'm warning you, there are going to be big problems in this election if we don't get stuff, I'll say. We'll leave the expletives out of it together right away. Folks, I am extremely worried. You should be too. What the heck is happening in this election with mail-in ballots? Wall Street Journal, editorial column. Mail-in voting gone wrong again. Fraud charges and piles of ballots were thrown out in New Jersey. Folks, the Democrats want widespread mail-in voting for this upcoming election. I'm telling you right now, mark this show Thursday, July 2nd. It will be a disaster like you haven't seen. It'll make the Bush v. Gore election look like romper room. You will have ballots counted potentially after Inauguration Day. You will have ballots thrown out en masse. That's not happening, Dan. Actually, it did happen. Let's go to the Wall Street Journal piece. It happened in New Jersey where they tried this experiment. Let's go to screenshot number 1. Fascinating numbers here. New Jersey's a useful warning for the nation here. 4 men, quote, 4 men are accused of committing fraud last month in the city of Paterson's entirely vote-by-mail municipal elections. For one reason or another, county election officials have thrown out about 20% of ballots submitted. 20. 0. 2. 0. Not 0.2, not 2%. 20%. For Joe Biden, that's 1 in 5 ballots. 20% were thrown out in an all mail-in election. Ladies and gentlemen, can you imagine the chaos if in a national presidential election, 20% of ballots had to be tossed out? I hate hypotheticals, but let's just for a minute play this game. Don't assume all of those ballots are Democrat ballots.
Oh, right.
Can we do a hypothetical, Joe? Let's say in a swing state like Florida, where I live, where the president won, but not by a huge margin. Let's say the president loses the state like the Democrat in the gubernatorial race did here by 100,000 votes. Population of Florida is over 20 million people. A sliver. Let's say we find out in Florida millions voted and 20% of them had to be thrown out. We find out of those 20%, 15% were Trump votes. You think they're going to accept the results of that? May say, why are you blaming it on Trump? I'm not. I'm giving you a hypothetical. Flip the script. Say in a swing state, Iowa, Ohio, either one. Say the Democrat loses by a point. Same scenario. 15 of those 20% of mail-in ballots thrown out were Democrats. You think they're going to accept that result? You may say, Dan, who cares if they accept it? I care, folks, because the Democrats have shown their willingness, some of them, especially the radical left, to engage in highly destructive acts when they don't get what they want. That's how we opened up the show today. It's not to be gaffed off. 20%. Let's go to another screenshot. In case you think, oh my gosh, 20% of votes got thrown out. That's pretty bad. It can't get any worse. Oh yeah, it can. In a Bruce Willis Sixth Sense moment, remember Sixth Sense? I see dead people. At least 3 dead people tried to vote. The Patterson Press report. Wait. I'm not making that. That's a real sentence. It's not funny. It's just, I don't know if this sentence was worded properly. What to say? At least 3 dead people tried to vote. How did they do that? The Patterson Press reported. So the Wall Street Journal is apparently quoting the Patterson Press. NBC News in New York found a Spanish-speaking resident who's listed in the county records as having voted. She said, we did not receive vote-by-mail ballots, and I didn't vote, she said. This is corruption. This is fraud. Others say they mailed their votes, yet their names are shown on the list of ballots with bearer problems, meaning people took them in. Just to back to that opening sentence a moment.
Yeah.
At least 3 dead people. How exactly did they do that? Can you walk us through the process? I mean, was it a Lazarus moment? Did I miss something? 3 dead people didn't try to vote. That is, if the Patterson Press might want to revise that statement. 3 dead people, I promise you, did not try to vote. Somebody tried to vote on behalf of 3 dead people, maybe, but 3 dead people did not decide to vote. I mean, right? I'm not crazy. It was just a poorly worded
it happens
sentence.
in Baltimore all the time.
Yeah,
dude.
it does.
Yeah.
Joe, I take that back. We talked
really
about the Ellen Sauerbrey, Paris Glendening gubernatorial
Yes.
election in Baltimore a few weeks ago on the show. And we did mention how dead people showed up en masse, Officer Rick Walking Dead style to vote in Baltimore in that election. So it's not uncommon for dead people to try to vote. Having said that, it's a big problem nonetheless. However poorly worded the sentence is. It's a huge problem. Can you imagine if in a little town of Patterson, 3 dead people showed up to vote, and nationwide, we geometrically blow that up into tens of thousands of dead people showing up to vote? Kind of a big deal, folks, no? Again, this is not The Walking Dead. It's not George Romero. Is it George Romero, Night of the Walking Dead? I'm always terrible with pop culture. This is not going to happen.
Yeah.
Dead people should not vote ever. I thought that was tautological. I guess not. Folks, this would be mass chaos. It would be mass chaos. Both sides would be sniping at each other, and we would have a deadline to get the president elected, Inauguration Day. It's all in the Constitution. That if that deadline was missed, it would be an absolute disaster. How can it be missed? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying how could anymore. I once said, how can we tear down a statue of George Washington? That would be crazy, and we're there now.
You just heard Dan Bongino.